I asked God to show me my guardian angel because I felt a presence that was in my room and in my house also, but mostly in my room. It didn't feel like a negative or bad presence, so I assumed, oh, this must be my guardian angel. I figured, okay, wow, how many are there? Are they beautiful, really huge with big wings, and maybe a sword, a powerful, mighty kind of angel? This is what I envisioned in my head, anyways. I said, God, show me who is my guardian angel, but don't let it scare me. And I prayed this in my head in the name of Jesus Christ. I was low key scared, but hyped because I knew God was going to show me. 2 days later, I got the most heartfelt surprise of my life. I have never experienced nothing like this since it happened. I seen a child with a toddler's face, maybe 3 or 4 years old, a little boy. I immediately knew who he was. I felt it. He favored me. He had what I have in my eyes, like they were the same. There was a sadness about him. He looked at me with love, yet he seemed disappointed in me, like he knew I could have done better. He had a pure and innocent aura. When I play it back in my head, I see everything so vividly and slowly. But in reality, what I was seeing was only about 3 seconds. The creepy thing is, this isn't a movie. I didn't need to pinch myself. I wasn't asleep. This is just a few feet away from me. 8 a.m. on a regular day right before I'm going to work. It was like a large picture-sized portal that I was able to look inside, almost like watching a 3D movie, like looking in a double-sided mirror, as if normally he could see and hear me, but I'm not able to see him. This was but a moment for myself, but it looked like it was his reality, like it had been his lifetime. It really felt like I had stopped breathing. In that second, what was a breath? I was appalled. An overwhelming rush of emotions, disloyalty, disappointment. How could I just throw away such a precious gift from God? And he was so beautiful and untainted by the physical cruelty of this world, but still a part of it. He looked like he was waiting on me. He looked kind of sad, maybe even unwanted. It looked as if he could see through me. I could tell he knew me, a me that no one else knew. Like he could feel what was in my heart. It's clear we were attached. I could feel it. Tears started flooding down my face. I called a friend, but I was crying so hard I couldn't even say what I had just experienced, what I had just saw, what had just happened. She was so worried about me. She just kept telling me to calm down, just breathe, breathe. I literally couldn't catch my breath. And it wasn't because I was scared. I was just in so much pain and so upset with myself. I finally calmed down and I told her I'll call her back on my way to work. I was in complete awe for the rest of that day. Just really amazed by God. In my thoughts, I wonder sometimes, is this the real world? Is this literally just something that has been turned into the devil's playground? Are we just having a human experience and journey to test the soul? I'm going to go back and reread a lot of the books in the Bible because it's really basically giving us the basic instructions before leaving Earth. Everything in there seems to be a repeated cycle. I also think about Dante's Inferno. I don't think it's nothing to do with the Bible. I think it's folklore. I'm not 100% sure, but it's an interesting story. Forgive me if I'm misinterpreting anything. And Dante's Inferno is almost equivalent to the movie As Above, So Below. You should check it out. It's also on YouTube for free. Another really wild experience I had in this house before that happened. I'm a light sleeper. I would sleep with my room door open, which was connected to my daughter's room door. I wake up and see one of my children playing on my phone, just scrolling through stuff really fast too. Like they're looking for something and they can't find it, or they're just fascinated. It scared me so bad, I yelled, "Go lay down." They laid the phone down and ran and jumped in the bed. All I could see when the person jumped in the bed was the shadow on the wall. The next morning, my daughter asked me, she said, "Mommy, why did you yell like that last night?" I said, "Because one of y'all was messing with my phone." She said, "Mommy, we were asleep." She said, "When I heard you yell and scream like that, it scared me. I jumped in the bed with my sister." When I say I was flushed, it felt like something just like everything drained out of me. And I was scared. It scared me when she said that. And I wanted to ask her more questions. I even questioned, like, is she lying? Like, I know she ain't lying right to my face. But when I look at my baby face and the concern that was on her face, I know she was telling the truth. I knew she was telling the truth. I was so freaked out, but I didn't want her to know. So I didn't want to freak them out. So I never said anything else about it. Looking back on this, it's even a little bit more like creepier, because the figure I saw was of a smaller child. Also, the hands looked like shadowy. The child was laying on the floor, scrolling through my phone fastly, like I said, as if it was trying to figure out how it works or something. I could see the hands and arms better because the light from the phone screen. I did not get to see the child's face, but I did see them lay the phone down and kind of like run. Also, my phone was on the charger. It was definitely something that I don't ever want to experience that again. I'm not gonna lie. That was crazy. My child was a gift from God. I wasn't worthy to begin with. And honestly, if I had had my children that I did not keep, I honestly couldn't have gave them a better life. And I wouldn't have been able to be strong enough to carry them for full term and then just to give them away. I don't feel like it's no best answer in this situation. The best answer is to be safe, have safe sex, and better yet, don't even have sex if you're not married. It's not worth it, because the turmoil, the sin starts the moment you lusting after someone else. And then when you open yourself up to them, even if you love each other, the sin is setting in through the sex. So you can't fully get your full blessing doing it before it's time, doing it before you've made a commitment between you, that person, and God, doing it before you and that person are equally yoked and committed to God. It's just set for failure. That's why relationships seem to be so hard, because so many people are equally yoked. One person don't believe, one person believe in this. It's so much. that goes into it. And me, I rather just try to follow the Bible. I already done messed up, but I can try and fix it as long as I'm still waking up in the morning with breath in my body to keep my legs closed. And it's not easy. It's not going to be easy when you're trying to walk right, but it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. The heartache, the stress, you could just comfortably be yourself. When my weight goes up or when it goes down, I still love me. I'm not wondering whether the next person loves me. It's so much come with relationships. And then to add a child on top of it is just bringing someone else into your mess. Now, though, because of the decisions I have made, the only way I'm able to acknowledge my child and just to show him some type of honor is by asking God for forgiveness and saying a sweet prayer. Saying a sweet prayer. I tell him I love him. When I feel his presence, I just say something sweet. And ever since, it's been a more peaceful atmosphere in my bedroom. It's amazing it's amazing. I can't explain to you. We can pray for a lot of things. Like I said, when the men say you gotta think big, you gotta pray big. And that was just something I was curious about, and I wanted God to show me. I wanted to see it, and I'm glad I did. It made me self-reflect and look at myself and see what I need to be focused on and how I need to be a better person. Because you don't want to go through an abortion. I'm still struggling with post-abortion stress syndrome. It's a very real thing. A very real thing. And the only way I get through it is by God. Anyways, I keep a blue light on in my room just to let my baby know that I'm always thinking of him. And I know he is around at times. Until next time, I really appreciate you guys for watching. Bye. Adrian, what made you put the blue light? What made you put blue light?
Because red was... Good, made me feel like I woke up and down.
So blue made more sense. Something seemed like a coincidence, but
why?
I have blue in my room too. I got blue right now, but I changed it to lighter blue. But I had this blue last night.